Silence of the Lamb. Has anyone ever seen a Silence of the Lamb?
Trump is weird.
We should warn you, what you're about to hear could be disturbing.
Until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
To say Trump is losing it implies that he once had it, and I've yet to see any evidence of that. Tiny Fingers has always been a sociopath, focused only on himself, cheating business partners, girlfriends, wives, and eventually an entire nation.
Despite what the former president and his allies have said for now more than 2.5 years, and continue to insist to this very hour, the Georgia election was not stolen.
But his sickness has exacerbated over the last 8 years. This is Trump, pretending there are adoring crowds, when, as you can see, there are none. A few maintenance workers here and there, but you have to ask yourself, who does that? Who would pretend that something that is not there is? I mean, there's no one there or here. Who does that? A delusional sociopath? Good place to start. You know that feeling when you think someone is waving at you and you wave back, but it turns out they're waving at someone behind you and you feel ridiculous? Trump never feels that way. He thinks everyone is waving at him.
Well, Hillary used to do that too. I remember she got Bruce Springsteen. I'm not a huge fan. I have a bad trait. I only like people that like me.
Donnie is mentally ill, but it's more than that. While everyone else is slowly creeping away from Donnie diapers, his hillbilly militia has stood by him since 2016, embracing his racist blather and toxic epiphanies. And they've been loyal until recently, but now they're beginning to slip away.
I voted for Donald Trump. Not my proudest moment. I will not be voting for him again.
Voted Republican in 2016, but not for Trump. I would not vote for Trump.
I grew up in the church. Character and morals and values are big to me and my family. The hardest thing to watch in the last 4 or 5 years with all of this has been the evangelical Christians sell out to this false prophet.
As witnessed by these images, Trump can't believe it, so he's making it up, pretending they're there. But they're not. And now Trump's rallies are faltering, with thousands of followers staying home. And it's killing Trump.
And I have to tell you, we have thousands of people outside. But the school administration stopped us from getting another 500, 600, even 1,000 people in. Thousands of people were told no, and that was okay, but we could have fit another 600 people. So I don't know anything about the school. But they could have allowed more people. You got people standing outside. Look at all the people outside. They could have come in.
Did you hear that? Look at all the people outside. Trump can't see them, but he knows you can't either, so he just lies. The 8,000-seat arena was 3/4 full, and that was mostly Trump's team busing people in from as far away as South Carolina.
So we're not happy. Hello out there. And then they actually pushed the people very far away from the building where we have beautiful cameras set up for the overflow crowds, the administration of the school. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be sending anybody to this school. I'm not happy about it. If they're going to stand in the way of admitting people to our rally, just imagine what they're going to do on Election Day.
What the hell is he talking about? I'll tell you, it's his delusional thought pattern, drifting away from the fact that he's losing support and it's killing him. He complained that the Georgia State University administrators were part of a conspiracy to keep his crowds out.
You know, Fannie Willis is a good friend of your governor. You know that? Your governor. I'm not a fan of your governor.
Then suggesting the same thing would happen in an election.
Then our election, Georgia, was stolen from us.
Well, Georgia's been a thorn in Trump's side since 2020, when the Georgia Secretary of State wouldn't steal the election for Tiny Fingers.
I just want to find 11,000 votes.
And of course, on the heels of Trump's disastrous first 2 years in office, Georgia elected an African American and a Jewish American as their U.S. senators. Georgia.
Somewhere he went bad. And you know what? Your numbers in Georgia are very average.
Now Trump is attacking the governor and other officials who are Republican but wouldn't commit felonies on his behalf. But the Atlanta rally and its low numbers also revealed Trump's declining mental acuity, a huge factor in his rapidly declining poll numbers.
Ready? The two words are Merry Christmas. She doesn't want anybody saying Merry Christmas.
Southerners hate the idea of Trump. If you've never been to the South, they have truly hated people like Donnie since Reconstruction. But Trump, with Russia's help, convinced a huge swath of Confederate flag-waving knuckleheads that he was one of them. But Trump is not like anyone. He's a malignant narcissist who cares only for one person.
Democrats. Ooh, there was a mosquito. I don't want mosquitoes around me. I'm a very stable genius.
Back to the rally, more insanity.
We'll come to America when we host the Los Angeles Olympics. And by the way, which I was president, we happened to get it. I was the president. I also got you a thing called the World Cup, which is coming very soon.
Again, Trump tries to take credit for something he had absolutely nothing to do. And did you see those empty seats? Well, he did.
Tom Homan, you know, Brandon Judd, all of those guys, they've all endorsed me.
The guy he just mentioned who endorsed him, he's one of the authors of Project 2025 that Trump swears he has no knowledge of.
He signs an executive order removing abortion records from HIPAA privacy regulations and announces a new federal data sharing program so states can monitor women's periods.
Then this.
I'd like to congratulate Vladimir Putin for having made yet another great deal.
Yes, of course he congratulates Putin. Come on, how fucking stupid or traitorous are Republicans who don't see that?
Putin's a killer. A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Why, you think our country's so innocent?
How long will it take for Republicans to see that Trump is a puppet?
For the world, they're emptying out their jails into the United States. They're emptying out their mental institutions into the United States, our beautiful country.
But Trump's favorite lie to spread is that other countries have opened up their jails and insane asylums, and these people are crossing the southern border. And then it gets even crazier.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter is a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner.
Trump is losing it, and by it, I mean his mind and his people. Everyone else has left him. Everyone who was in his cabinet has left him. From Rex Tillerson to John Kelly to General Mattis to General Milley.
We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
I want to be a dictator.
And while Trump is more delusional than ever, remember the 2016 election when Trump sent out Sean Spicer to say this?
This was the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration, period.
Numbers have always mattered to Trump, from crowd sizes to his tiny penis.
Called me a liar. Hey, Mr. Trump, all you have to do to prove I'm lying right now, drop your pants.
But what's in his head today is Kamala Harris, who is surging while Trump is drowning. She was in Atlanta 4 days earlier, same venue, and you couldn't fit another soul inside the facility.
The momentum in this race is shifting. And there are signs that Donald Trump is feeling it.
You know this is killing him. You've heard Trump's racist attacks, and he can't stand the fact that Trump will lose to a black woman who will stand behind America's commitment to its people and the world.
Donald Trump spoke at the annual meeting of the National Association of Black Journalists, and it was the same old show.
Turns out the presidency is one of those black jobs after all.
I'm ready, let's go.
Damn right.
Trust me.
Shut the f*** up, Don.
Who's with me?
Oh, yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Damn right.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.